Case study: Gillette sets pace with Mach 3. If you have ever used a wet razor, whether it was for shaving your face, legs, head, or other body part, what brand did you use? For men, chances are highly likely that it was a Gillette brand razor. After all, the Gillette company, which also makes the popular Duracell battery, owns over 70% of the 1.7 billion men's razor market in the U.S. as of 2006. The company also has a dominant share of the international men's razor market. Gillette's success is owed in large part to its omnipresent Mach 3 razor introduced in mid-1998. The worldwide success of the Mach 3 was not a simple task. It took 10 years, 35 patents, $2 million in R&D costs, $55 million in capital investments, and $300 million in marketing and advertising, all for an item that cost an approximate $6.50 in cost for the consumer. It took intelligent researchers and marketers to make this enormous investment a huge success. The strategy they employed is right in line with many of the concepts you have learned in this module. The story began at the end of the 1980s when disposable razors had become a commodity. Therefore, profits were slim and the market was stagnant. Gillette decided to break out of this no-growth market and come up with a unique product innovation. With the introduction of the new shaving system, Gillette could take control of the market. First, Gillette introduced the censored twine blade shaving system in 1990. It was indeed a revolutionary new product, as all previous wet razors had only one blade. The success of the twin blade shaving system shot Gillette into a commanding lead for men's razor market share. However, Gillette was not satisfied with this achievement, convinced that the 3 blades are better than 2. Yet convincing the consuming public that a 3-blade shaving system was not just a gimmick was a tougher sell. Therefore, Gillette assembled a crack team codenamed 225 Task Force. The R&D process took 5 years to produce the new Mach 3 shaving system. The years of research and development were necessary due to the importance of the global launch of the product. During the 5 years of production, Gillette refined the product so that it would pass international testing measures while they simultaneously developed a top-notch global marketing strategy. It was imperative for this marketing strategy to demonstrate both the additional value of the Mach 3 and back up Gillette's claims that 3 blades were indeed better than 2. Since Gillette's goal was a worldwide product launch, and not just a domestic one, it needed to tend to various international marketing questions. For example, the company needed to ensure that it had enough product in the supply chain to satisfy the enormous global demand. Any stockouts would be very costly for Gillette and endanger its aggressive product launch. Next, Gillette looked at the packaging of its product. The decision makers felt that it would be best to keep the packaging and labeling simple for global introduction and placement. The thinking behind this decision was that heavy modifications to the product packaging were expensive and unnecessary. Imagine creating a different colored or shaped package for each country in which the product would be sold. Each separate package would require a new design, new tooling, and new coloring costs. These costs add up rather quickly. Thus, Gillette decided to modify only the words on the packaging, translating them into 30 different languages. Gillette even reduced the number of words on the package in order to minimize the translation. The marketing and advertising would also undergo minor modifications for its international launch. Gillette delayed the introduction of the Mach 3 in Europe by 2 months in order to catch the shoppers as they returned from their vacations. The North American introduction took place on July 1, 1998, but July and August are traditionally holiday months for the Europeans. Finally, Gillette priced the product at a profitable point, being sure to test the concept with consumers worldwide. In the end, the Mach 3 was a complete success. In fact, by early 1999, the Mach 3 had met marketers' lofty expectations. Gillette followed up the Mach 3 launch with a women's line of razors called the Venus. Gillette used basically the same approach as they had with the Mach 3, commencing their launch in April of 2001. Please take a few minutes to answer the questions the case study poses. Once you're ready to proceed, you may view the rest of the module via the play button.